Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. Over the past few days I've been trying to work out how to exactly play Deathrattle Rogue, because it's a pretty attractive archetype, a little bit off meta, but on the other hand reminiscent of Deathrattle Hunt, so it's not altogether strange to play. It's an archetype that has Devil's Oryx and Mechanical Whelps as its main threats, and then it tries to abuse those death rattles. There's Necroom Blade, which triggers the death rattle of a random minion as its death rattle, and there is the Necroom Vial, which triggers a random minion's death rattle twice. So you're able to get some of these death rattles going. You have a Cavern Shiny Finder, which tutors for the blade, so that you will have a death rattle activator, and then you have cubes, and things can get really interesting from here. Overall, pretty fun archetype. There are several different approaches to Deathrattle Rogue. This is the list that I had most success with. This is almost identical to Riku97's list that he played in Top Legend recently. This one runs 2 copies of Sap instead of 2 copies of Eviscerate that Riku was running. And this is like the more straightforward approach to Deathrattle Rogue. More similar to how Deathrattle Hunt does things. You get your eggs out, you get your stuff going, and you cube and you proc some death rattles and boom, and things explode, pow, stuff like that. Another minion of note in Deathrattle Rogue is the Blight Nozzle Crawler. Blight Nozzle Crawler has a death rattle to summon a 1/1 ooze with Poisonous and Rush, and in some matchups this is a very important minion, because let's say you're facing something like an Even Warlock. You equip your blade on 3 and you swing face. And then on 4, they have the giant on board, you play Blight Nozzle Crawler, you swing again, you proc the death rattle, you get the 1/1 rush with Poisonous, boom, you kill the giant. That sort of things are available with this deck. There is also a bit slower and more puzzle box type of deck on the same archetype, which runs stuff like Sonya, maybe Umbra. That deck has a lot more ways to trigger death rattles, and it can get pretty silly at times. But overall I have found that this more straightforward approach seems to be better. But this entire archetype is still a little bit up in the air, and I haven't found a really good approach. I had like 55% win rate with this deck, so still right where I wanted to be with it. But if you like some death rattles and you like Rogue, then by all means give this one a try. Let's go also take a look at it in action to see exactly what I mean. I have to assume 2, and I have to be able to proc some death rattles and maybe remove some minions too. It's an Even Lock again. I have not faced a single Warlock that wasn't an Even Lock for some time now. This is curious. Everyone is playing Even Lock. Well, Even Lock has weapon removal. That might be a problem. I think I still need to equip the Necroom Blade next turn. Into the Devil's Oryx then. If he has like ooze into giant or something, then that might be very, very nasty for me. But I think that's still the best probability that I have to win the game. Early game, when he hasn't drawn much cards yet, is when he's least likely to have his answers.
Here we go.
I need to prop this up, and now if he has the ooze, I probably lose. That even rhymed. If he has a giant, I can do Crawler and get the Poisonous Rush minion.
Here we go.
Whee! It's poisonous! Boom. That was nice. Really? The end? Oh my, what am I going to do now? I think I have to cube it. He obviously has silences in that deck too, but cubing it seems perfectly reasonable. Does he have time to play silences? We're about to find out. Let's cube this fellow. Oh, it's poisonous! Boom. Now he could of course silence the cube. Okay, takes away the cold bloods. That's kind of neat and stuff. This is still poisonous. And I want to draw, right? Or do I? Alternatives. Necroom Blade. With the egg, maybe. He can't silence them both. That actually doesn't sound too bad at all. Play the egg and the blade. Let's see. What are you going to do next? There's a lot of stuff in these. You can't silence everything. And if you use board clears, well, that's also not going to be very easy. If I take 7, I can kill this. I can get a couple of Blight Nozzle Crawlers on the board. What if he goes for some kind of Hellfire into Defile play? I could also try to do the Vial on this and hit there and hope that I can roll. I think that's better. It's better to Vial that and then take a hit here. And hope that I can roll one of the poisonous minions here, so that then I can punch face more. I think this was better. What if he has... Hellfire Defile is still decent, but I guess it's probably not going to save him. This is an acceptable draw. Let's see what kind of shaman we're up against. Okay, this looks Shudderwock. Or it could be mid-range, something like that, but I think I need to play this. And I hope he doesn't have Keleset. He would coin Keleset here, maybe. And that would kind of ruin all my plans. But if there's no coin Keleset, then we're going just face here. So it's either Shudderwock or it's mid-range. We're just going face right now. They can of course be a lightning storm. That's always possible. He coins the lightning storm and he's all overloaded now. So I can play the SI7 agent here. SI7 agent goes face and I can play the Blight Nozzle. Let's see. Now he has some mana again. Chain Gang is the best possible card. I need to draw more minions. So I will need to backstab one of these. And play the Elven Minstrel. And then the double trade. Which means that of course this board is clearable again. But this is the way this matchup has to go. I need to be able to pressure. And force him to have the answers. I forced him to have the Lightning Storm. I forced him to have a Chain Gang. He passed both tests. Now Lightning Storm, Volcano. He passed the third test too. That is a little bit unfortunate. Then it's just a Necrum Blade turn. And then we get to see if he has weapon removal. So does he have the Gluttonous Ooze? If he doesn't have a Gluttonous Ooze, I have a great next turn with Devil's Oar Egg into Minstrel and hit with this. But obviously Gluttonous Ooze right now would be very, very solid. I don't have a 2-drop unfortunately, so I can't Vile Spine the Acolyte. That probably means that I use the blade on it.
Here we go.
I could also use the Poisonous Minion, but then I would no longer have a Poisonous Minion. I think I like having this Poisonous Minion around. Let's keep it. Okay. We're ramping up the pressure. He has Hexes, so cubing stuff isn't that effective in general, unless I can proc the cube immediately. I have some protection for another board clear. Against another board clear in the form of the Devil's Oar Egg. But we'll see. Earthshock is nice. So he has Earthshock and he has Hex. That is a sweet turn. Cuts my damage down to just 4 this turn. I think I need to play the Mechanical Whelp now. So we have already seen a Hex, we have already seen an Earthshock, we have seen a couple of board clear spells, we have seen a Saronite Chain Gang. We have basically seen all the good cards he has, but there's still a second copy of all of them. So if he happens to have 2 copies of every good thing in his deck, in the top half of his deck, then that is obviously very strong. 3, 4, 5, 11 damage. I'm not quite where I want to be yet. So I have 11 damage, I'm 1 off. I don't want to let this one draw cards. That's the thing. And I'm thinking of ways to deal with that. I think I may need to Mossy Horror now. That denies card draw. It removes my Poisonous Minion as well, but I think this is the play. This way he doesn't get any cards from the Acolyte. But obviously he can have a Healing Rain, for example. Because if there's no healing, then the Dagger and Leroy can potentially be lethal. We'll see. I just felt like I really needed to deny the draw. There are also various sap plays that I can do if he has another Chain Gang here. Not enough mana to Chain Gang with Soda Chain Gang. Some Celiax plays can be available. He has had a bunch of good stuff. Oh, and he has a Celiax. So he gets to 10, so I'm 1 off again. I have 9 damage. And he will play Celiax again next turn, right? If he doesn't have anything else, then he will. I can make preparations for Cube Leroy play. Yes, I have the mana. So we look for the blade now. And I'll kill off the Celiac so that it can't heal more. And I'll trade away the Zola too. And I'll equip the Necrim Blade and I will hit him with that. So this gives me a Cube Leroy play. I can Leroy and then I can cube the Leroy and then I can hit with the Necrium Blade and get 2 more Leroys. If there's no weapon removal. He had a Gluttonous Zeus in hand. That was unfortunate. I mean, seriously. Answer to every single thing. But there's no more hexes, but there could be one more Earthshock. It's possible that there's one more Earthshock. There can be one more Earthshock. I need to cube the egg. Get a bit more health on the board. Get a bit more threats on the board. With no more Necrium Blades remaining. But this allowed him to do a mind control attack. Stating that I have 17 damage. I'm 1 off. I'm 1 off this turn again. I'm 1 off again. How is it even possible to be 1 off all the time? Well, it simply is. So Ziliax away the mind control tech, right? What if he just plays Shudderwock? I need to kill... I want to kill the mind control tech here. I want to sap the 5/5. I'll trade away the life drinker. And I'll push a little bit more to face. So what can possibly happen next? He has had perfect, absolutely perfect cards. Can it continue? Now I allowed him to keep drawing cards. So I'm trying to set up for that lethal. Glacial Shard. And then a Shudderwock. Which will then freeze something else too. And now if he has Grumble... If he has Grumble, he can just return the Shudderwocks back to hand. So this is starting to look like a loss. Getting 4 eggs on the board isn't really helping me. He's currently at 15. I just don't have it.
Here we go.
I just don't have it. Using that sap was nonsense. I guess I got a bit tilted by this point. Obviously should not have used the sap there. If he has found Grumble, that's a serious problem. As it happened, he just top-decked the Grumble. And from here I have no outs. I have to assume this is Tempo Mage. 3 attack is useful against Tempo Mage. SI7 agent can be useful against Tempo Mage. Having a coin can be useful against Tempo Mage. I kind of don't want to miss most of your earlier stream. It's okay. Okay, now I have to just spend the coin. Because I need to kill this Amani. I'm not taking 5 from that. He could play Entity. Entity would be strong. Kirinto Mage into Entity would be the best possible play in this position.
We have many secrets.
There's the Kirinto Mage. I mean, it's not terrible if it's something else either. I can check with the backstab to see if it's counter spell. Yeah, this is going to be fine. It's not counter spell. I'm going to use the SI7 agent now.
This guy's toast.
This leaves me weaker to a frostbolt to the face. But other than that... Okay, so if there's that frostbolt to the face, that's a huge problem. At least it's not a frostbolt to the face. Maybe I should have just played the egg. If I go down to 17 from killing this... Because I don't have to. I could also just play the crawler and use the poisonous minion to kill the apprentice. But then this egg is never getting procced. He only has 2 cards in hand though, so there's that. I think I'll go with the crawler. Let's not take that tree. He's very low on cards, very low on resources. He needs to be top decking very, very well now. He shouldn't have asked for it. Yeah, all my opponents now have had absolutely perfect cards. There's very little I can do about that. Need to draw more minions. I need to get more pressure before he gets the kill. But this card is something that he has kept. So what would you keep and not play for 5 turns? Alunet. This is silly sometimes, when they just have the perfect stuff. It's going to be Shiny Finder into another Necreum Blade. I can push 5, 6, 9, put him down to 16. I have a Leroy in hand. What if he finds Cosmic Anomaly into some shooting stars and stuff? I still have to just go for this. I think I have to. Let's try this. But Cosmic Anomaly could kill me right away. I don't have a lot of Deathrattle protection and I could have had Exo Whelps out there. It was possible. But this also gives me some ways to deal damage with this. So 1 in 5 to get AoE, 1 in 5 to get direct damage. Seems like 1 in 5 to get direct damage is fine for him. 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. This is lethal, right? Isn't this lethal? So then it's just Flame Elemental into Leroy. Yep. I don't mind your runes. Then Leroy. And finish him off. Boom. You can have perfect cards, I don't mind. I can still beat you. Ha. Nah, I can't keep the crawler. I think I need something else. Well, there's the blade. Then I need the Deathrattle minion. As even as they go. There's a Deathrattle minion. This might work out. Turn 3 is 2 is 0, power 3 is Necreum Blade, 4 is Blight Nozzle. But if he has like Primal Thing Totem... That's annoying when that happens. Okay, now, if he doesn't have a taunt, this could still work out. That's a lot of minions. A bit too many minions, I wager. Oh, I can get rid of one of these totems. So many totems. Then what? Well, he can't play the Corpse Taker yet.
The calm before the storm.
But there's already a sweet minion board. Double Primal Flame Totem. Turns out it's pretty good against a rogue. I need to play the Crawler now. Then I need to hit here. Then I get the 1/1 Poisonous, which can kill the Primal Thing Totem. And this way I can a little bit reduce the power of this board. But double Falfar Flametongue Totem, both of those would be incredible. Merksparkeel is good. So many ways for him to have... Oh, there's the Flametongue Totem, that's incredible. That's just super card here. He does need to trade away the board though. Unless he has something more coming. But then he rolls... Does he roll a taunt? Healing Totem, okay. Shiny Finder into another Necrium Blade. Kill the Flametongue Totem. That's the line. I see the line. I do want to get rid of that Flametongue Totem. Necrium Blade. Kill off the Flametongue. Okay. Double Primal Totem was a scary opener. But there is a chance to stabilize. If I can get a good Deathrattle minion. If I could get an activator for this, I might even have to waste the Deathrattle of the Necrium Blade. That is possible. Sometimes you just have to do it. But not tonight. Tonight is a good night. Tonight is a Devil Soreg night. Devil Soreg. Kill off that one. Boom. SI7 agent. He doesn't have a lot of spell damage anyway, so kill off the healing. Okay, we are climbing up. Was it the right thing to trade there for him? What point? When he had Flametongue Totem. Well, if he doesn't, then there's the poisonous minions on the board, and then the Flametongue Totem dies. And I might be able to protect the poisonous minion. And if I can do that, then he can't get anything to stick. We can review that one again. But my gut instinct is that I would have traded to... $13, 23 damage. I need to do some trading games still. I could Cold Blood this to take a trade on the Fire Elemental. I'd be throwing away some damage though. But this is not vulnerable to a bunch of things. Or this is vulnerable to a bunch of things. All sorts of 3 damage things that he can do. What if I just go face with everything? That's 17 damage, puts him down to 13. What is he going to do? I think that's a valid question. What is he going to do? When I put him down to 13, it's not yet turn 8. He cannot play Hagatha. He cannot play the Lich King. He cannot play Alakir. So how do you survive this? Saturnite Chain Gang is pretty good though. Flame Tongue Totem enables... Well, it does activate the Wrath of Air Totem to do something. Can he roll a Taunt Totem? He cannot. He can't go face. He has to trade. He can't even trade away with this anything, unless he has some more damage somewhere. Because he can't trade away the Mechanical Whelp. What? Why would you trade away the Mechanical Whelp? Oh, that's why. He goes up to 18 if I hit here. And I have 12 plus 6. I have 18 damage. Yeah, it's fine. Sure. You can go to 18. I don't mind. Boom. Down goes the Shaman. There were some scary moments in that game. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.